When I first got to AFCENT, Central Asia, we did a lot of one-off events. So you'd teach basic first aid or CPR, and then maybe you wouldn't go back for a year or two. So one thing that we tried hard to do was get a seat at that planning table with our future planners in our A5 shop. Our 5 shop was where we did security cooperation, and it would put together medical security cooperation. It would put together being able to fly together, the logistics, all those pieces, so that you'd have a well-rounded country plan where we really wanted to see them in 5 years. And when we were able to do that and be able to tie our events and our programs into a 5-year plan with these overarching goals that countries had, you can make that difference. It's really important to me to try and make programs that would sustain themselves and would last after I left. The ones that I was most involved in and probably the most proud of was in Kazakhstan. One of my very first trips out there, I was able to meet their head of medical education and training. And at this meeting, he came up to me and he said, we're essentially trying to build this medic training center. We want to be able to teach basic first aid and CPR. We want to teach trauma life support. He came with a great vision and with a lot of goals, and he was able to put them on paper. And when we were able to do that and then line up with other organizations, we worked really closely with DEMO. Then we were able to march out a 5-year plan, and every year we'd relook at the plan and say, okay, what do we need to do for a vector check to make sure we're headed in this direction? This is our ultimate end goal, is their medic training center. And trying to continually reassess our events and readjust what we needed to do so that we could accomplish being able to train their medics. And not for us to train their medics, but for them to be able to train their own medics. So by the time I left, we were doing probably 10 events a year in Kazakhstan in a variety of things. Preventive medicine, first aid and CPR, a lot of trauma, point of injury care. We had started moving into patient movement, and they had even gone through a transition with heads of the school. And we were able to continue that relationship, continue building upon what we had started. That was one of the projects that we took a lot of pride in, because you really could see year in and year out the difference that you were making and the progress that you were making. We were really able to build a lot of relationships. And as our leadership started seeing what a difference that we were making, they could branch out into other things, whether that was loading cargo or logistics and supply chains. There were so many other programs that they would be able to start tying into ours and building upon what Central Asia's role truly is and what that piece plays in our national security strategy.